Hi, I'm Eli Prinsen from hybridvocaltechnique.com. In today's video, I want to talk about tongue tension. Okay, I have a strategy. It's a little technique, an HVT technique that I use not only to reduce and release tension in the root of the tongue, but I also use this actually for a warm up and actually for a cool down. Okay. And I, even myself as a singer, I use this on stage to kind of loosen up and reset the voice. Sometimes when guitar solos are being played, my water is usually on the drum riser. So I'll turn my back to the audience and get a drink of water. And on the first one, it's a real drink, right? And then sometimes I'll be doing those, but my back will be to the audience and they can't see that. Only my drummers can see that, right? Okay. So what am I doing there? What is that? It's probably, it's one of the craziest sounds in HVT, and there's a lot of crazy sounds in HVT. Believe me, my students know this. Okay. But this is what I call a tongue flop. And it's a part of my cool down at the end of each training session of each level of my Master Series program, okay? But it's a really good reset for the voice. It releases tension in the root, which is connected to everything else. So you don't want to be bound up with your tongue, sticking your tongue out and having all that tension carry over to everything else connected to the larynx, right? You don't want all this tension. So the first thing, when I'm showing people this, I found that it's almost like in the world there's a large group of people that can shape their tongue like this. And there's a lot of people in the world that just have, for some reason, find that very difficult. And they'll say, oh, I can't do that. They can't shape their tongue, right? I have a lot of people saying, I cannot do a tongue flop. I can't do it. And I'll tell them, hey, I used to not be able to do it either. It wasn't like there was something wrong with me, but I couldn't do the tongue flop, right? So when I did it, it would be like, and I would notice when I was trying to crack the code on this, why is this not working? I realized, hey, there's a lot of tension in the high range, but once the frequency started going down, then I noticed the tongue loosening up and going faster, right? So I see a lot of people doing this. They'll be a and they'll loosen up when it gets easier because it's getting lower, right? So I'll tell them, I'll say, okay, scratch the tongue flop. And then this is if I've trained them and they've bridged their registers with this, I'll tell them, let's do like a loop to loop or a closed siren or a zipper or something like that. Okay. Or if you had the tongue flexed out, right? Well, we want to get away from that tension. We want to get away from that. So bring your tongue back in, put it in the natural position. So if you can do that and completely relax your tongue, just relax. Right? Relax everything. Now, if I'm at the top, my tongue is not doing anything. Okay, so there's no tension in there. So it would stand to reason, hey, wait a minute. I'm not flexing that thing. I'm relaxing that thing. So if I can do it lower, key in on your placement, right? So if you're doing a sweep, go up there, zip up into it, then start to resonate in the mask, support, a lot of support from down below, and start fluttering that thing, but focus outward right there. And if you notice, I didn't do what? A bunch of air and then, a lot of flipping. It's actually another way to to train the overlay and the blend of the registration while focusing out of the mask, okay? So take a breath in, make sure you support really, really good. Now think more and more buzz in there. The more flow you get, the more overlay you get in your registration. And now, my tongue is not stuck out. It's not flexed. You don't see the veins in my neck and all kinds of stuff happening when I'm going through my range. And that's a big part of it. Okay. I hope this helped you today. It's been a while since I've been on here. So everybody, it's good to be back. Leave me some comments, videos you'd like to see, technique, videos, questions, reactions, anything you want to see me do coming up here in the future. Put it in the comments section. Have a killer day. See ya.